How's everybody doing? My name is Bug. I'm in a band called Bug Hunter. I'm hanging out. This morning, it's been a little bit since I've been online. I was out of town and then I was sick. And I'm still kind of at the tail end of that cold that I had. So this was the first Sunday that I was like, I might have a voice. Let's see if that's true. If you've never been to one of these streams before, I play music. I talk about what's going on in my world, which as of late is more than normal. And I take questions from people who want to ask questions. You might notice we got dates up. So if you have questions about tour dates, things like that, that's starting in 2 months, a little over 2 months. Seattle, May 20th, first show. Matt is in the chat. I saw Matt. Saw my dad. That's most of the tour crew. Who else is here? Tell me who you are, and we'll do a little roll call, see who's hanging out in the chat this morning. And then by doing that, throw in the Bug Hunter song you want me to play, or Jam Mechanics. No guarantees, but David Doe is here. Julia is here. Timio F. Sum here. Knitting Tinker is here. Haven't seen your name in a while. MM Snorby. Jeremy Garner here. Pocket Moose here. Pepperoni, Burrito, Aspen Draw, Mildly Poetic, Halo Knight, who else? Mid is a Poet, Kipper, David Toe here, Egg on the internet, has been listening for a while and didn't know that I live stream. What a treat. Yeah, I used to be pretty consistent, especially during like the tail end of COVID era, where I wasn't playing live, but now when I go on tour, I really disappear for those months. Pretty good. Nico Games Now, first stream for you. That's awesome. Egg wants to know, do I really have a scar above my lip because he once smashed up on a curb? Yeah, so I did once smash up on a curb. I was not wearing a helmet, as made famous by me in my own song, and I did mess up my face pretty badly. And now I would say that it's a little more apparent when I've gotten some sun, because those parts of my face tan and or burn quicker than the other parts of my face. But after a long winter inside, it's not terribly noticeable. So Statue says, not used to seeing you not in a flannel. I'm wearing my cozy sweater today because I'm still not 100%. And I just love this sweater. It's so cozy and feels so good. It's got, I'll show you, it's got this like lining on the inside. It's so fuzzy. So, Ismaili Poetic says, wear your helmet, folks. Yeah, a lot of people think that the story that I tell at the beginning of Be Glad I Love You is a story from my childhood. It is not. I was 21 years old. I was a junior in college, getting an engineering degree, and I wasn't wearing a helmet. So, but every song I've written, almost every song I've written has been written since then, so maybe it knocked some musical talent into me, a la Spider-Man being bit by a radioactive spider. If you get in enough bike crashes, you might also be as good of a songwriter as me. Julie wants the devil, just chanting for the devil. Can I play the devil? No, I'm not going to play the devil. Yeah, devil is being worked on. Yeah, specifically Julie, you've been shut down. Your suggestion? No. I don't have time to do that to everybody, but when I can fit one in, it always feels good. What is everyone else asking for? How to Build a House? It's a good song. And that's the way it's currently winning. If you don't know, if you're a Jam Mechanics listener, we're doing March Madness in the Jam Mechanics Discord this whole month, and it's been super fun. I think I like Jam Mechanics March Madness slightly more than Bug Hunter March Madness, and here's why. It feels like the playing ground in Jam Mechanics is a little more even, whereas like with Bug Hunter, like Jam McCracken and Too Bad Too Bath and a Ghost and Disco and Be Glad I Love You, Take It Back, they're all like, they're gonna win their matchups unless some like collusion happens in the background between people. With Jam Mechanics, it feels like it's kind of anyone's game. There's a kind of just a bit more of a, since every song is kind of a 3-hour song, everything feels a little bit closer. Where like right now it's How to Build a House versus Liberal Kitty. Liberal Kitty is one of my favorite songs that I've written for Jam Mechanics. I played it all last year, almost every show that I did. I had a great time doing it, and I probably won't play it as much this year, but it's like a classic. It's like, for me, it's like, that's a classic Jam Mechanics song, and it's getting beat by How to Build a House, which is a newer one. So listen to your mom. I'm gonna do Slow Burn next. That's kind of 2 bummers in a row. You didn't play Liberal Kitty at DC last year, and I'm still sad about it. Did I not? I wonder why. I played it at almost every other show. What did I play instead? Did I play the hook and maybe... What else would I have played? Because for Jam Mechanics set, I always do 2. The hook, it was probably... One of them was probably the hook. I'm trying to think of what else I would have... I know I started playing the Hydra in August a little bit, but in DC, I gotta go check. Go to my all set list tab. DC. Ooh, nope. DC. Nope. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that show. That was a different DC show. What in the world is that even talking about? Union Stage. No. Here we go. Here we go. What did I put this under? Did I put this under Washington? Oh, I probably said D.C, huh? That's probably why. Nope, not that either. Did I even record my show in DC? When was it? July? Chicago, St. Louis, Atlanta. Nobody knows. When did we play DC last year? Yes. No. Yes. I played Francesco. Okay. Somebody probably answered that in the amount of time that I was doing that. Yeah, Francesco is good too. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, DC, that I didn't play Liberal Kitty. I played... Don't I have a spreadsheet for this info? I do, and I did. To make it up to you, I'll do this. I don't think I remember this song. I might sing a weird version that's a mix between the demo version and the rewritten version, and I'll probably forget it. He's just a feline, looking well groomed. He makes a beeline for me when he thinks I have fruit. And you can see why Kitty is the king of the house. You'll never hear him coming when he's ready to pounce. His heroes are awesome, Bagheera, Mufasa. He doesn't care for Aslan as we raised him up agnostic. If you put on the aristocrats, he does get quite upset, cause this righteous little kitty really hates the 1%. He's a liberal kitty. That's the liberal kitty. He shimmy, shimmy, shimmies to the left, has the right to meow, and he votes for local government, but it doesn't count, cause he's a liberal kitty. Just a literal guy. He's just a feline, sharing his views. He doesn't see why people care which bathroom you use, and it seems like you shouldn't need 2 jobs to survive, selling toe bean pictures on the web to get by. His tobies are awesome. His tobies are awesome. Between tuner rolls and gun control, his favorites a toss-up. He thinks it's time we step aside and let a woman lead. His catnip is medicinal and should be Schedule 3. He's a liberal kitty. That's the liberal kitty. He shimmy, shimmy, shimmies to the left, has the right to meow, and he tried to vote for governor, but it didn't count, cause he's a liberal kitty. Just a literal guy. He is my liberal kitty. He's from a deep blue city. Thanks, everybody. Hear you about the louder vocals thing. I was getting an indication that I was clipping from OBS, so I backed off a little bit, but maybe they were lying, so... Yeah. That's a fun song. I'm probably not going to play it this year at shows very much, if at all. I'll probably bring the cat ears just in case. But we did end up breaking. We started the tour with 3 cat ears that we bought in Portland, and we only have one now, I believe, because I believe we lost one of them somewhere halfway along the line, and then we broke the second pair in Denver on the last show, and I think we threw them out in the crowd. I did mess up a lyric. Hold on. What did I mess up? He donates to causes. His toe beans are awesome. That's what it was. I was like, his toe beans are awesome is not said twice there. Not bad for not playing it since... What, probably Manchester? No, I probably played it... Did I play it in New Zealand? Nobody knows. It's lost of time. Knitting wants to know, do I listen to BB No $? Bug? I don't even know what that is. So no. If you want to vote for Liberal Kitty versus How to Build a House, you can get into the Jam Mechanics Discord. Somehow, I don't know how you're going to do it, but you'll get in there. I believe in you. Egg wants to know, let's do a little cozy Q&A. Egg wants to know, are you going to come to Rochester at some point? I think I missed you last time. You did. That Rochester show was very fun. We had to skip upstate New York this year just for logistics reasons. Basically, we had to be in Boston on Sunday, and we had to be in Akron on Tuesday, and it would have just been way too hard to do a Monday show in Rochester with all of that happening. So just unfortunate. We didn't mean to skip upstate New York this year. Just kind of how it panned out, because we needed to get to Indianapolis by Wednesday in order to go to Gen Con. So I guess if we hadn't gone to Gen Con, maybe we could have, but that was kind of our anchor. And how everything kind of worked out. Baby No Money. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Julie says 2.5 months until tour started. Going to be a busy time for you. I can't even stress how busy I am at the moment. I had especially because I've had these vacations planned for a little bit, and then did the Kickstarter. So we had some friends come visit us 2 weeks ago, and went up to DC for a bit, and there's some old friends from Seattle that we hadn't seen in a little bit, and they never visited us on the East Coast. We've lived here for 5 years, so it was really exciting to have them come and see us. And then they had a toddler, and so we did toddler things, and then everyone got sick because there's a toddler, and so I was sick for a bit, and so that set me behind slightly. But yeah, working on the album, Kickstarter went really well. I think it was the last time I chatted with everybody on here was when the Kickstarter ended, potentially. That obviously went great, and I'm working hard on things. Me and Jesse meet, once a week, and asynchronously in between that, getting parts done, and I'm making a lot of progress on the Hookverse stuff. He's making a lot of progress on the Bug Hunter stuff. In terms of production, we're almost done with one of the songs, which is exciting news because it's probably going to come out before tour starts. And then I'm working on recording some of the Hookverse stuff and then rewriting one of the songs because I wasn't super I wasn't fully there on it. I was like, this is 80%, this is enough. But so I've been reworking that. Timio wants to know, are we getting any redacteds like we had previously, or will the set list not work like that? That's a really good question. It kind of depends where I'm at with the album. I think at the point that we go on tour, I think what's more likely is that I played a couple of new songs last year, and I don't intend on like continuing to be like, oh, here's a new song, and then playing a song that I played as a new song last year. I didn't mean for things to take as long as they did. I was thinking last year when I was playing some new songs that I would hopefully be done by the next time we tour, but it just hasn't worked out like that with jam mechanics and everything going on behind the scenes. So I will probably be more like playing upcoming songs, but they'll probably be more updated jam mechanic songs than they are like new, like brand new songs, because I would like to hold any and all of those a little closer to the chest, which is always a balance. It's always a balance. Like the people who come to the shows regarding like what's a new song versus what is a jam mechanic song is a little tricky to balance, because for a lot of people at the show it will be a new song. But for some people at the show, they'll be like, oh, I heard that before. And so it's jam mechanics makes things a little tricky with what is considered new and what is not considered new. Like, you know, I am going to put out my next album, and it's going to have some jam mechanic songs on it. And for a lot of people, it's going to be a new song, a brand new Bug Hunter song. But because jam mechanics is more of a peek behind the curtain than anything else, it's more like you just got to hear new things early and in earlier states than you otherwise would have. And so, yeah. Tim, you asked, will you allow people to request jam mechanics at VIP? I remember that being a rule too. You can certainly request anything that you want. The great thing about the VIP song choice is that we ultimately get to say whether or not we play them. So I don't have a rule about requesting it. I have a rule about expecting it, I guess, which is don't, but you can request it. The problem with some jam mechanic songs is they live in a state kind of like a Liberal Kitty, right? I'm a little more comfortable with the newest version of Liberal Kitty, so I was able to play it. But there's some songs that I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to like show off the newest version because I'm not ready to get feedback on it yet. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, well, I've written something and it's new, and that's what's in my head, so I don't remember the old version anymore. But I don't want anyone to comment on it or be like, oh, I don't like that, or I like that. It's like, I know, I'm still working on it. So they kind of enter a limbo. Can you play Just Because, please? I'm not gonna play the whole thing. It's not a funeral, it's not a wedding, it's just a random weekend in February, and the gang's all here and ready to hang out. This ain't sick leave, this ain't work from home, this is pure shit, uncut PTO. Something, yeah. The kids grew up and all moved out, now everyone's back in town. Just because we put it on the calendar, just because we like the way it sounds and we're just some buds traveling to hang around. Just because it's as good as any reason, because just makes it easy. Just believe it does, just because. Little unexpected, but I thought I'd try it. My friends are looking at me like they're shocked. It's not a burger, it's not nuggies, it's not either of the two foods you'd expect of me. It's a brand new side of the menu that I've unlocked. The kid's grown up his palate, I have just ordered a salad. Just because I'm munching on a salad here, just because I like the way it sounds and we're just some buds taking on the salad bar. Just because it's good as any reason, because just makes it easy. Just believe it does, just because. I know the rest of it, but I'm not gonna do it. I like that song. I like that song a lot. I don't have anything to do with it, but yeah. Pepperoni says, maybe instead of turning your voice up, could you turn your guitar down? Well, the funny thing is I'm just using one microphone. So what I can do is I can raise my mic higher so that it's more of my voice. So I can't directly turn one up or one down, but I can raise my microphone so that it's more voice. Yeah, just because it's fun. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. I don't know exactly what I would do with it. It feels like a good bonus track for a future album. But okay, more questions. Are there cities on track to sell out this year that are surprising you? Yeah. Y'all want some spreadsheet stuff? Let's look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So when I say something's on track to sell out, here's what I do. My whole thing is I have all the historical data for all the tickets we've ever sold for the last 3 years. So what I'll say is, okay, Denver 2026. Here's how many tickets we have today. Here's how many tickets we had sold after the same amount of time. So if whatever it's been, I don't know, let's say it's been 25 days since we put tickets on sale. So 25 days after we put tickets on sale in 2025, in 2024, in 2023. And then I say, well, that's, basically we had sold what eventually, maybe it was 20% of all the tickets we were going to sell by the time the show happened. So then I pretend that today we're at 20%, and then I just multiply it by 5. And so it's not an exact science. It's not perfectly extrapolated, but it's just with the data I have. So cities that are doing crazy better than before, Berkeley is, I'm comparing it to San Francisco last year, but we are at a full 100% more tickets sold. We have doubled where we were the same day last year. That is on track to sell out. New York is also one. It's 71% faster than last year, but we know why that is. It's because last year our show in New York, the venue that we put our show at, canceled our show and closed down after 2 weeks. We fortunately found a new venue within a day and got tickets back up on sale, but that old venue, they never took responsibility for taking down the old Ticketmaster link for the show that just said canceled. So if you went to our Spotify page, you saw, hey, they're on tour in New York, the show is canceled, and no other information. We tried 4 months to get that fixed, and every time they fixed it, they would then delete every show that wasn't that. And so we eventually were like, okay, all you guys can manage to do without messing it up is having a canceled New York show and everything else is correct. So we went with that, and we had a terrible showing in New York last year, almost half of what we normally do. So New York, bad data, but it's actually going to be a normal sized New York show this year, which I'm excited about. People in New York got a treat last year because it was a smaller show for New York. But yeah, anything selling behind? Des Moines, I guess, but Des Moines, I'm just comparing it to Boise because they're similar sized cities, and it's not selling as fast as Boise did at the same time, but that's not fair to do. That's a fake comparison. So Denver actually is lagging a little bit behind. You're like what, 10 tickets behind where you were last year. So which is fine because that was our biggest show. I'm not worried about that. But on average, we're up 30% over everything else. We're doing really, really good on tickets this year. LA is trying to give us a reason to come back. If LA hadn't sold this year, we might have never come back because it's so expensive and such a headache to go to LA. In Southern California in general, your music venues are crazy expensive, 3 to 4x. I got an offer for a venue and they were like, yeah, this sounds great. And their rental cost to do the show was 4 times higher than any rental cost I've ever seen of any show we've ever done. And it wasn't it would make sense if this was 1,000 cap venue and we just accidentally reached out to a venue that was too big. It was a kind of a smallish venue. Their drink minimum, sometimes a venue will be the cost is this, but you have your audience has to buy this much in drinks, if they don't, you have to make up the difference. So if the drink minimum is $1,000 and y'all spend $800 on drinks, we have to pay them $200 at the end of the night. That rarely happens. If it does, it's normally just, all right, that's the cost of doing it. But this place, I did the math and it was if we sold it out every person had to spend $50 on drinks if we sold it out. So like at their max capacity, like it was like 250 people. If 250 people, they had to spend like $50 on drinks each. I was like, does that happen? Is that normal? Like if you get half capacity, are people spending $100 on drinks every night? It was crazy. It seemed like an offer that they were like making, like they're like laughing, like, hey, maybe he'll take it. We didn't go at that place. So anyways, LA costs more than New York? Oh yeah. Not even close. Akron is killing it right now. Akron is selling like it's Columbus. Akron's sold more than New York. Let me do this. Let me sort by current. Akron is our 5th most sold right now. It has sold more than New York. It has sold more than Denver. It has sold more than Grand Rapids. It has sold more than Minneapolis. It has sold more than Chicago. It has sold more than Atlanta, more than Indianapolis, more than St. Louis, more than Phoenix, Los Angeles. Yeah, it's 5th most. The only ones beating it: Berkeley, Portland, Seattle, Boston. Akron is the little Midwest engine that could. Yeah, it's going to be a huge show somehow. Minneapolis is usually a top 5. Yeah, absolutely. And it's still on track to be. It's still on, well, not if Akron keeps doing what it's doing, but Minneapolis is normally like a top 5 show. It's on track. It's actually selling 25% faster than last year. And last year was a top 5 show. It's just that I think other things are selling better than I expected. Seattle was broken into 2 shows last year, so that's not fair. Minneapolis probably would have been a top 6 show if Seattle hadn't been broken up into 2 shows. But yeah, New York, now that New York is back on track, now that Akron is just going nuts, and Berkeley is selling like it's selling, it's kind of popped Minneapolis out of the top 5. And Grand Rapids is actually doing really great too. Grand Rapids doing better than Detroit. It's doing 50% better than Detroit. So maybe good news if you live in Grand Rapids, maybe bad news if you live in Detroit, but it's selling better. Cuomo asks, will you ever come to Nashville? We normally always go to Nashville. We aren't going this year because we just couldn't make it work logistically. I tried. The venues in Nashville are so annoying sometimes. They're very cliquey. They want to run shows. They don't want to be a vessel for you to run your show. They want songwriters, like they're kind of their clique of songwriters. A lot of venues, there's some venues that'll be like, if you want a show here, you should come to our open mic and then like impress our little clique of like songwriters, because we're all Nashville songwriters and we're all a certain thing, and then we'll put you in a round with like 3 other people that you don't even know because we're curating a show. And then it's just like, well, that's not going to work for us, obviously. And then finding something all ages is difficult. We found one that was like in a bowling alley, which would have been, I think, a little disruptive for our show. So we ended up going with St. Louis. But yeah, we normally always go to Nashville. My folks live in Nashville, but not this year. Sorry. I'm gonna play a song. I don't remember it. Cue the music, let it build. The melancholy soundtrack of a summer indie film. I'm the quirky, unconventional leading guy. I say stupid garbage no one's ever said in their real life. Like I've been taking bigger breaths lately, 'cause you told me not to hold it, waiting for you to commit. Slow burn, I trade a kiss from her for a laugh past your lips. And a slow burn, my heart goes pitter patter, pitter patter, patter up on my legs. Slow burn, 'cause 'cause it's the only light I know. So while there's some hope for you and me, I burn real slow. So let's stay home tonight, my love. I don't like crowded rooms or the silly folk that fill them up. My introversion's not a charming trait. My wit's not good for much, but thinking up useless stuff to say, like my hopes are sleeping quietly in bed. 'Cause you told me not to get them up, dreaming one day you'd come in. Slow burn, I trade a kiss from her for a laugh to pass your lips. And a slow burn, my heart goes pitter patter, pitter patter, batter up on my max. Slow burn, 'cause it's the only light I know. So while there's some hope for you and me, I burn real slow. I didn't know better, so I didn't get better. I held on to hope when it's best I forget her. I didn't know better, so I didn't get better. 'Cause love has a spirit, and I follow the letter. I didn't know better, so I didn't get better. I loved her so long, and I can't quite remember that all of my eggs in her basket won't hatch. But I counted each one, and now I want them all back. Slow burn, I trade a kiss from her for a laugh to pass your lips. And a slow burn, my heart goes pitter patter, pitter patter, batter up, I'm up next. Slow burn, 'cause it's the only light I know. So while there's some hope for you and me, I burn real slow. That was Slow Burn, the best song on Torn Between a Couple. Did I play it just to get rid of Puck? Because now Puck will leave? No. Is that what's probably going to happen? Maybe. Torn Between a Couple, best songs. Slow Burn, It's Alright. Probably Making Up Words. I was going to say Key to Being Lonely there for a second, but it's probably Making Up Words in the top 3. Which my relationship with that song has changed a lot, I think, in the last probably 4 years, because I didn't know that people liked it that much. I assumed it had a good amount of listens because it was just the first song on the album. And so, you know, a lot of people just, if they were going to put it on, it's like first song, they're going to check that one out. And then, so it just gets a little bit of unfair advantage. Nah, people love that song every time I play it live. People like it a lot. Sweet Nothing, right there in the top 5. Yeah, Key to Being Lonely, probably in the top 5 as well. Let's do a little cozy Q&A. It's 12:46. Statue says, ever since you said you were all sleeping on Slow Burn, has been a frequent listen for me. Yeah, I would love for Slow Burn to enter my top 5 songs listened to. It's a great song. I'm happy with it. It's maybe a little long. That's fine. I really like it a lot. It's one, trying to think. Yeah, I wrote it after my bike accident. So yeah, you can thank the head injury. But it was an early song, at least the idea for it, this slow burn and Kevin wants to know, when working on an album, do you have some songs 100% finalized long in advance? Are you tweaking all of them up until the very end? It totally depends. I normally will release a few songs ahead of time, so obviously those are like done. The Rough Draft had Jerry McCracken. Bigger Than Myself had Take It Back a year out in advance. Happiness had Too Bad, Too Bad, and a Ghost out a year in advance, and then leading up to it. Yeah, some songs change more than others. Some songs don't get written or largely rewritten until after the Kickstarter has run. Bigger Than Myself, I had everything ready, all the songs, nothing changed there. There was a world where I think Platonic Best Friend was a bonus track on Bigger Than Myself, and I ended up not being happy with it as it was and swapping out for Magic 8, which is a song that I wrote for my wedding, without the intention of making a Bug Hunter song, but then I thought it was self-contained enough and told a self-contained enough story that it was worthwhile putting it out there. In terms of songs that I thought were kind of just written for me and my close family and friends that ended up being more relatable than I thought, Boogie Pete and Magic 8 are the two songs that were never meant to be Bug Hunter songs, but ended up being Bug Hunter songs just by getting a little bit of feedback that people who don't really know either Pete or don't know me and my wife and our little Magic 8 story ended up liking. So yeah. For Happiness, I hadn't written a bedtime story yet. When I ran the Kickstarter, a bedtime story came after I ran the Kickstarter. Rough Draft, Disco in the Panic Room as You Know It wasn't written until after the Kickstarter. I had the Best Dressed Dude at the Nude Beach line and like the song like Skeleton a little bit, but it wasn't the song. I would say that largely that song was written after the Kickstarter. Be Glad I Love You, same thing, largely written after the Kickstarter, where it was originally going to be 9 songs. Didn't have Baby Teeth. Take It Back was going to be on the Rough Draft. Take It Back was going to be where Baby Teeth sits, so it was going to be Disco in the Panic Room, Take It Back, Listen to Your Mom, Deserve Me. And one of my good friends in Seattle was like, I don't think you put this song on this album. Like, I think you saved this song just for a different album. And I was like, oh, I hadn't even considered that, because this is a great song. Like, so the Rough Draft like very, very nearly had Take It Back on it, and it didn't have Baby Teeth, and it didn't have Be Glad I Love You, but I ended up writing that later. But yeah, it was gonna have didn't have Baby Teeth, didn't have Be Glad I Love You. Maybe I don't think it had Boogie Pete. I think the original 9 were all the rest. And then I held Take It Back, and then ended up writing an entire album about it. So Violet Witch wants to know, am I going to do something with the music for Sammy? It's one of my favorite songs ever, but I understand why you don't want to do anything with it as it is. Here's the thing I hate about Sammy is that it's actually pretty funny. Every time I think about it, I'm like, it's whatever. But it is actually pretty funny. That stupid second verse, I gotta find it. I can't. There's no world where I remember it. But the stupid second verse. I was like, this is such a. I don't even know if I can do it. By ordinance require that smoke alarms be installed in any building containing one or more dwelling units in accordance with the uniform statewide building code. In other words, no, I can't even do it. In other words, you need me, and I know you're all frustrated by my beeping. It's such a weird little verse, but it makes me laugh every time I do it. That little, in other words, you need me is so funny. But I think I literally pulled most of those words off of just like an actual smoke alarm like decree for like Virginia or something, and just kind of tweaked it until it kind of matched the length of that little bit. But if I did anything with Sammy, I would maybe try rewriting the chorus. I like Time to Cry My Eyes Out, but I actually don't really like the chorus. Because Heather Edgley had given us the challenge to use the last word of each line to be the first word of the next line, and so it's time to cry my eyes out of my mind with self-doubt, doubt you could live without me, I defend you proudly. And I don't really like that. I think it kind of sucks. And so if I were to just rewrite that without without that little bit of it, or do it better. Maybe I would like the song more, because the verses, like, I do kind of like them. And they're making bacon, but I can't even fake a beep beep because of you, Celia, is one of my favorite lines that I've written. And unfortunately, non-recyclable. That's either in there. It's either in Sammy or it ain't there, which is frustrating because that's such a funny line. Yeah, I know it's the unchosen prompt. I was doing it just to be a little cheeky, but I would change that easily. I mean, maybe if I could reuse these chords, because I really do like the music and the melody of it, but I don't know if I could ever make a song that having it not go and holy shit, is that a frozen pizza? Time to cry my eyes out. I feel like there'd be too many people being like, okay, like now it's a sweet, sincere song, but I know originally what this said, and I can't get past it, and I think also I couldn't get past it. So I am sensitive, I know. I get riled up at the smallest things and start screaming at the top of my lungs. I am working on it, but my job is very stressful. And holy shit, is that a frozen pizza? Time to cry my eyes out of my mind with self-doubt. Doubt you could live without me. Me, I defend you proudly. I am your last protector. Hi, my name is Sammy. I'm your oversensitive smoke detector. It's fun. All right. Also, yeah, daylight saving time, baby. That's today, and I didn't know it. I woke up at 8 this morning, and I was like, I don't feel super well rested, but I try to get out of bed every day at 8, because I don't have a job that makes me wake up. And I think the first like 9 months that I was doing Bug Hunter full time, I really struggled with like getting out of bed in the morning, not from like a sadness thing, but I was just so cozy. I was like, I don't need to get up. And it was at a time where I was taking my wife to work every morning, so she would wake me up at 5 a.m. and I would drive her to work, and then I would drive home and then get back in bed, and I'd sleep from like 5:45 to like 11, and I just felt like I would wake up and then like my day was like gone, even though I'd stay up to like 1 or 2 a.m. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at 8. That's just gonna be my thing. No one's making me do it but me. It's a good way to do it. So I woke up this morning at 8 and I was like, I don't feel super great. And then I realized it was daylight saving, and it was actually 7 in my body. So will I be changing my smoke alarm batteries today, Bug? Okay, so it gets worse. No, and here's why. I don't rely on mnemonic devices or these things anymore, because I have a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet for all the things that I have to do all the time. Because there's so many things, like you got to change the filter in your fridge water, you got to change the filter in this thing, and so I have a spreadsheet that every day prints out my to-do list, and if it so happens to be 6 months or 9 months or whatever amount that I define any task needs to be, it'll just print out as my to-do list that day. And so I print out a to-do list of things every day that is auto-generated by a spreadsheet. So I've taken it to new levels, and it works really well for me. Thank you for asking. It's my system, and for someone who works for themselves and is in charge of all of their own time management, I had to come up with a system, and so I came up with a system. Yeah. On my list today, I haven't printed out my list today. I'm all out of whack this morning. I got so thrown off. It's how I remember to pay my bills. I print it out each day. I sure do. I print it out every day because I love the tactile sensation of taking a marker and checking things off. I have a thermal printer that I use to ship things to y'all. Go to bughunterbug.com if you want merch. I have a thermal printer under my desk, and so I just print it out on my thermal labels, and they cost me half a penny each. Aurora says, my guy hooked a receipt printer up to something in this house that prints out whenever there's alarms or malfunctions or things in the house, and I thought of you. Yeah, that's, I mean, in a lot of ways, that's kind of what I'm doing. But I did have it set up to like email me at a certain time, and then that email would get saved to a folder, and anything put in that folder would automatically print. But I realized that that wasn't really going to work because it made decisions based off of if I did a thing yesterday. So like if I Friday, wash pillowcases and towels, right? If I did it, it's not going to tell me to do it on Saturday. And so it needs to wait for me to like say so. Says, I was marveling at the fact that the t-shirt I got Kevin from the last Kickstarter is still in great condition. He wears it a lot. Good quality shirts. Thanks. Yeah, we've kind of used the same shirt supplier for many years, and they've been good, and we have not gotten enough complaints from anybody to be like looking at alternatives. So we're still working on our shirt design. If you haven't seen Matt's shirt and enamel pin design for this year, I am shaking in my boots because it's not a competition, but we do both sell things, and it's actually, I'll tell y'all, it's crazy how close in total numbers we get in merch. Like, there's a world, obviously, where if two bands go on tour and their fans all come out to see them, there is a world where one band sells 70% of the merch and the other band sells 30% of the merch because maybe one band has more fans. It's just how things work. And if that had been the reality, that would have been fine. It's crazy how every tour we get within. There was one tour we got within like $100 of each other total, and we have different offerings. I have vinyls. Matt has the different shirts, and a lot of things we have the same. But Matt has the Myth cassettes. It's crazy how close we get in merch. I'm shaking because Matt's shirt and pin this year are so good. I'm like, okay, I have good ideas and they're going to be good, but that's such a high bar. Violet Witch is asking about Oops. I'll give a little bit of Oops, and then I'll play a third song. It's already one, and I'm hungry. If you haven't heard Oops. Oops, I'm sorry, my fault, my bad, yikes, I screwed up, whoops, I flubbed that on your left, no right, frick, damn it, I get those mixed up by habit. Franz Ferdinand shot in the head. I wish it were as simple as that cause and effect. I'm like if Dr. Frankenstein and Reuben Goldberg ever met. Killed by my creation, but with 20 extra steps. Oops, I'm sorry, my fault, my bad, yikes, I screwed up, whoops, I flubbed that on your left, no right, frick, damn it, I get those mixed up by habit. Someday I'll get out of my way. If you don't know what that is, go listen to Jam Mechanics. We have a new episode dropping tomorrow. It's the last episode of season 4. We recorded it a little bit ago. It's very good. We end strong, I'll say. And so if you're not caught up on Jam Mechanics, it's a show that me and Matt from the Narcissist Cookbook do, where we write songs like Sammy that I was playing earlier, Just Because I was playing earlier, Liberal Kitty I played at the start of this live stream, and then Oops is another one that I wrote on season 4, episode 8, yeah, last episode of season 4 comes out tomorrow, and then we'll do the poll for everybody to rank all the songs, which I guess we're getting a little bit of a sneak preview of kind of how that's going to go with March Madness. We didn't think about that ahead of time, but that's fine. But it'll still be interesting to kind of just isolate and compare season 4 and see how that's doing. And then we'll come back and we'll record the retrospective episode and then hopefully have that out either at the end of this month or the beginning of next. So and then we'll probably take a little bit more of a break than normal, given that I need the next 2 months to work on my album, and then we're going to go on tour. And we learned from season 2 that touring while making the show is very difficult, and our tour breaks are not very long. I think our tour breaks are about 3 weeks, and that is not a long time in tour planning world and jam mechanics world. And so we couldn't potentially start on season 5 this summer, but I don't expect us. We normally like to be about 4 episodes ahead, and I don't know that we could get more than 4 episodes done in the like totality of like this entire summer. Looking at just like between the May tour, the June tour, Matt's not even going home between the June and July tour. He's just staying in America. So there's no world where we do one there unless, I mean, he did do a couple episodes in New York, but that was season 2 and we didn't really like doing that. We made it work, but it's an additional constraint that neither of us love. So yeah, it might be a little bit before we come back with season 5, but the good news is the time between then we're going to be releasing music, new album and new hook verse EP and touring, so you'll be able to come see us, and we'll be bringing our jam mechanic songs out live to the people in the US. So it's all mun don'ts from here. All right, what do y'all want to hear? Last song. Let's do it. What are we feeling? Anything you want, unless I don't want to. And then I'm gonna make lunch. I saw Hoppers last night. Has anyone seen this film? Anyone seen this film? It was good. I liked it a lot. Seeing the last Swallowing Gum, I played Swallowing Gum last stream, and if you want to hear the final version of that, it is on our Bandcamp right now. So I haven't played this in a bit. Call it the old Papa Bug special. Thanks for sticking with me through my sicky voice today. Call me out, talk about all my issues, lay them out on the ground, line them up from the one you wish to talk most about to the least, and I'll give you all the reasons I keep like receipts just for when you call me out, for when you call me out. Welcome to your annual review. You'll find your packet includes a manila stack of conclusions. We gathered all of your peers. Boy, did they all review ya. All your friends have agreed that all of your nicknames are mean and demand you stop calling Steven Sensitive Steven. The consensus is out. There's no contention or doubt. If you're gonna call us names, then we are gonna call you out. Call me out, talk about all my issues, lay them out on the ground, line them up from the one you wish to talk most about to the least, and I'll give you all the reasons I keep like receipts just for when you call me out, for when you call me out. Welcome to your quarterly review. You'll find good news in your letter. Most of your metrics are better. You have proven you can listen. However, you must think we're naive if you would truly believe you thought you'd get away with calling Steve and Crybaby Steve. But the board recognizes that Steve does cry all the time, so we can let this one slide. But next time, we'll call you out. I push your buttons on purpose. I weigh the side effects versus the attention it stirs up, and then determine it's worth it. Fight to get on your nerves. It's on purpose. It's repercussion roulette. You'll never know what you'll get. Enough consecutive empty threats will go to your head. It's repercussion roulette. You'll never know what you'll get. Enough consecutive empty threats Regrets will go to your head. It's repercussion roulette. You'll never know what you'll get. Enough consecutive ends. Regrets will go to your head. It's Chekhov's gun in your pocket with the intention to stop it. But that gun's going off whether you like it or not. So call me out, scream and shout, and I'll fix it and I vow. This is it, get it out of my system. I can change, I can reason, act my age. Unlike Steven, I'll behave starting now. I know how, because you call me out. Thank you. I like that song. Also one that I'm probably retiring a little bit this year because I played it at most of my shows last year, as it was kind of the new song that I had put out in May. So I wouldn't expect to hear it too much this year. Gotta make room. Gotta make room for other things. If you want to see what those other things are, you can go to bughunterbug.com and check out these dates. They're all, everything's still for sale. Portland, Berkeley, Atlanta, all on track to sell out for sure. I think probably. Durham is also going to be one that sells out. We sold out that venue 2 years ago and it's on track the same way. What else? Luckily everything else mostly has room, I think. Chicago could sell out. It could. It very well could. Des Moines ain't gonna sell out, that's for sure. That's fine. If you want to personally have a 5-minute conversation with both Matt and I, come to Des Moines. We'll have time for you. Don't even worry. Might be our last time in Des Moines, folks. It's going to be a good show, but it'll be a small one. So we like to throw in the small shows every year because we do like having like these really like small, intimate shows where we can just like talk to everybody in the room while we're playing. And so we always do it, but we always like to mix that one up. So if you are in the Des Moines area, don't come at me next year being like, when you coming back to Des Moines if you don't come this year. So it'll be really fun. I don't say that to deter anybody from coming. It is actually arguably when we ask people, especially people who came to our shows in like 2022 when it was like living rooms and like backyards versus when they come to a show and it's like, you know, sold out 300 people. I asked them like, which one did you prefer? And a lot of people will be like, I really like, there's something about the really small show where you were 4 inches in front of me singing and you had a little amp on the ground. And there was just something really cool about that. And so if you want to experience what it was like to see us in 2022, in 2026, come to Des Moines. Or Lincoln. Lincoln is a borderline. So the other things, Jam Mechanics tomorrow. Come do that. We're going to do that at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. It's the last episode of season 4. So last time that you'll be in the chat for new song demos. We're going to do to help everybody rank, because we ask everybody to rank the 10 songs of each artist at the end of the season to help us with our retrospective. I think Matt is cooking up a Oops All Songs live premiere video where everybody can come and listen to all the songs at once. I don't know if that's happening tomorrow, if we're going to do that sometime this week. Matt just was like, do you mind if I do this? And I was like, you go for it, bud. So I know Matt's putting that together behind the scenes, and then we'll let you all know. And then also vote in the March Madness for Jam Mechanics. If you're caught up, it's really, really fun. A lot of drama, a lot of tension. So my dad is saying UK in late November, which is never true. But early November, definitely. Late November is for family time and going to New Zealand. But late October, early November, absolutely. We normally come to the UK. We've come 4 years in a row. So have you ever thought about performing anywhere in the UK? You have missed us in a big way. We did 6 different cities in the UK last year in October. As small as Exeter, and we played Bristol, played York, played Manchester, London, and Glasgow. So we like to go to the UK every year. It makes it easy because Matt's over there too. So it should be really fun. We'll probably do it again this year. I'm still kind of waiting to start planning that, but I'm gonna also try and do some mainland Europe shows because we missed it last year by accident. So cool. I'm gonna go make some lunch, and then I am gonna be gone for a little bit. This classic bug hunter can't stream on a regular schedule. I am going to be in California next week, and then I'm going to be in Chicago the week after that. Just personal trips, seeing my family, seeing my brother, and then my sister. So, sorry, but I will be back. I'll be back in April. I think my April's pretty clear, so I should be back pretty consistently in April as I'm working on the album, and I can give updates on that. And you're all goobers, and you should go to bed.